morning, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Tuesday morning, June 25th. We're looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and NQ. So, you know how I like to keep things pretty basic and pretty simple. Now, it's not always as simple as I try to make it out to be, but it helps keep me grounded and not look at a million different things. So, what does that mean for us today? Well, yesterday we went out with price probes to the downside in the ES and NQ. ES also went out with an outside day down. So there's some very visual levels that need to be looked at. If you're a bear, you want to see the market open below the 2250 level, get acceptance into the price probe, and if you're able to do that, you'll have lower value and eventually attack the balance low, which is the 17th low. Take back the rest of the single prints and attack that. We can't even think about the rollover gap in ES until we do those things. On the flip side, if we open above the base of the price probe, the outside day down, at least initially, is an absolute failure. You'll be opening with unchanged value. And I said this last night to the room, it's a price vacuum here. So a good chance you can go back up and test possibly towards the top of the balance again. So over the next 70 minutes, I think it's going to be pretty important to see where this market opens and where we get acceptance. That's the key word, acceptance, either below J's low or above it. Now in NQ's case, they're already down on the daily and they're balanced on the weekly. So any acceptance below the base of the price probe, which is K's low for them, will obviously lead to the filling of the rollover gap and lower value for the day. However, above that level, and once again, there's a chance to have either overlap into lower or unchanged value. And once again, look what we have inside of yesterday's range. Basically a price vacuum. Now, we do have nice sell tail up there from yesterday and even in ES. So we have a ways to go to get to that level. However, any acceptance below, above the base of those price spike price probes, and they could be headed in the right direction, especially if they get the overnight highs. Righty went up yesterday on the daily and held the gap. So for the bulls, they certainly want to defend yesterday's low, because if they don't, number one, you're back to balance. Number two, that gap will fill. So these are the things that we're looking at early today. Okay? As far as a game plan, if you get the overnight high right away in ES, well, then a pullback against that price probe is a good risk reward long to see where there were sellers yesterday. Are they no longer there? And maybe we'll pick up buyers and hold value. A failure at the overnight high, and again, if we trade back down below that J low, or in NQ's case, below the K low, then you could start seeking the overnight low. So hopefully that helps. I know it's kind of basic and simple. That's why in the room, we are walking you through this as soon as the market, well, before the market opens, and then when it does open. Okay? So come check us out at CamelbackTrading.org. And then here's the daily. So for the S&P, it's a 5-day balance. Volume horrendous, 45 million. The volume is so bad that 45 million isn't even close to the bottom 10 volumes for the year. So again, that's something that hopefully will rectify itself in the second half of the year, as well as volatility. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel. Good luck trading today, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.